discus?
Yep.
How did you feel out there? Obviously, hammer so close to the discus might have been a bit tough on the body to do it so close together.
Yeah, it was a bit weird that was so close backed up. Obviously, hammer before discus isn't very preferred because hammer's such a brutal event. So, yesterday was just very disappointing for me because there was so much going for me a couple of weeks ago. Just everything was coming together and looking strong, looking fast and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, I got sick at States and things just haven't really worked out in the last couple of weeks. So, just frustrating because, I know I'm better than last year. It's just a matter of getting that little bit of snap back and actually putting it into a good throw. So. And
you were saying yesterday to Ben, you obviously don't want to prefer. You went over to America twice to chase that qualifier. Obviously, you want to just get it while you're in Australia so you can get that hard work under the belt and know you're going to go. What's the circle like at Sydney?
Mate, it's a bit it's not what you would prefer, but a circle's a circle. We just got to deal with it. Obviously, not what we want. It's quite slow and quite, just hard to turn in. From my perspective, it is. Some other people prefer it. It just really depends on the person, I guess.
I suppose it does work. People prefer some tracks over others. Some people prefer circles over others.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Does it give you confidence in that event where you've got Danny always constantly throwing plus 66s out there?
Yeah, definitely. I asked to have the men's and women's discus put together because it's good to have someone that's throwing, even obviously it's not the same weight, but still throwing that distance that you would have to throw in a major champs to get into, whether it's the final or top three or stuff like that. It just really makes you push towards getting towards that level, I guess.
And we can see that was the start list for the women's hammer that's currently on now, and some pretty handy hammer throwers out there. I know Alex Hulley's really, really making her way through the grades. And I think she's already got herself a World University Games qualifier.
Yep, yeah. So Lara and Alex both have their quals done. Lara did hers in Sydney at the New South Wales States last week, I think it was. So yeah, definitely a good matchup for nationals next week. The coming week. So yeah, it's just a matter of, I guess, them both pushing each other to get some big distances. Because we've got Gab Neighbour as well, who's I was talking to yesterday, and she said she's training really well. I'm not sure exactly distances and stuff, but it's just good to have someone that close to you push you along, and it really does bring out the best and gives you that a little bit of adrenaline kick to actually try and throw a PB and throw fast. So.
Yeah, exactly. And it's obviously such a big step up for the girls. 71.00 is the qualifier for World Champs.
Yeah, you pretty much got to throw the Australian record to get the call.
Yeah, so how many people were Bronwyn Eagles?
Yeah, Bronwyn. Karen DeMarco, I think she was about 67, 68. I think we've only had one person in Australia ever go over 70 in women's hammer. So
yeah, and if you can get it over there, well, obviously Bronwyn medalled at World Champs. So
yeah, exactly. 70 is a big throw.
Yeah, so if you can get it out there, it's a tough event. It's not an event you can probably pick up young. It's probably an event that you get better at as you get older.
Hammer's one of the events that takes a long time to mature into because it's such a very strong event, but also just the technique and the fluency and being used to the hammer. It takes a lot of time, especially for men's hammer as well, because it's such a big implement.
Well, you look at Koji Murafoshi?
Yeah, guy's insane.
He's a doctor He's got a doctorate in hammer throw.
He's incredibly smart. He's even come up with his own hammer aerobics over in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's over in Japan they love him. He's got quite a good reputation. He's done his hammer aerobics and all these other special exercises they did for all of his training, and he was probably one of the smallest hammer throwers to ever throw. He's in the top six in history, 84. 65 or something like that, which is massive, and he was only a body weight of 105, and it was just all muscle.
I did hear when he was from a certain island in Japan where everyone is just really, really tall.
Yeah.
So that just happens to be.
You see him and he's 6'3" or 6'4",
yeah,
and you think, okay, you've got to add up.
Yeah, but obviously he's pretty dedicated to the technique. You see Alex Hulley there, just stepping into the circle. They're only
Yeah, what round are we
in their early rounds.
Yeah, second round.
Alex is the under-20 national record holder for the hammer throw. So obviously,
yeah, throwing a PB of 66.5 only a few weeks ago. So, and then Lara getting her new PB again of 66 high last week. So it should be good if everyone, because it's not a bad circle. It's quite nice to turn on. So hopefully they can pop out a solid throw.
It'd be nice to just solidify that, and obviously you don't want to just throw 66 once. You want to be consistent with all your throws, and
consistency leads to big things. So.
Yeah, and I'm assuming in an event like hammer throw, where if you can get that consistency right with your technique, it's going to continue on.
Yeah, because there's a lot can go wrong in 1 single second. So, being able to create, especially with 4 turns, there's so much that can go wrong in that 4 turns. Being able to create consistency and confidence through your turns is quite a big thing for throwers.
And we did, Lara Nielsen made Glasgow, 2014?
Yeah, 2014. She went 2010 2010 World Juniors, and then she had a bit of a breakaway from the sport and then came back and made Com Games. She's been training very hard. Like, her and I are training partners, so under the same coach, Graham Pitt. Always there every day at training and works very hard. This week's probably not as big for her because she's got a uni games qual done and a little bit of pressure off the shoulders and all that sort of stuff. So she's just trying to focus up on nationals.
And you yourself used uni games as that springboard to the next level.
That was a big jump for me because, obviously I wasn't expecting to medal and come out pouring rain, throw a PB, and a week leading up that was horrendous. I was hard out hitting 56 metres. Just body was buggered and ended up coming out and throwing. Well, that's far.
Well, it looks like it should just maybe over that 60. We'll keep an eye on that. Alex Hulley got a silver medal last year at the World Junior Champs over in Poland, so not a bad way to finish off her junior career and sort of graduate into that senior. And we'll keep an eye on that performance.
Yeah, it is a big step up from that junior sort of atmosphere to the seniors, especially when we're going to like something like Worlds and Olympics and all that sort of thing. It is definitely a big step up, and considering that I'm 6'5", and I walk out there and Christoph Harding, who won the Olympics, is 6'10", tallest Olympic discus thrower in history.
And there's a pretty big wingspan attached to that, I'd say.
He'd be able to fly away. And being able to walk out to that, it's a bit intimidating, but you just got to get used to it and really just focus on your own thing and get a good throw out. So
63-27, the throw for Hulley. I'm going to see Lara Nielsen, we were just talking about, into the circle now. Just a little bit off target, that one.
She's I saw her before just in her warm-ups, and she's just having a bit of a problem with ball positioning. Out of the back, it's just shifting over her left foot, which makes everything just lose connection, and hence the reason it's gone out this left sector over here. So, when that happens, it's sort of very hard to get it back because, with the 4 kilo and definitely with the 7, when you're getting up to that 4th turn, it's turning into like 300 plus kilos of pulling weight because of the force. So being able to try to manipulate that at that speed is near impossible. So.
And this is why you'll find hammer throw always up probably at the start of a program.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't, just safety reasons, we can't have anything going on around the back straight just in case. And I've seen it happen. I've seen hammers land on the track. And
a bit tough on the insurance.
Yeah, so that's why you'll always find it early on.
Yeah, exactly. No, well, hopefully, I think if Lara can get the technique together, I think she'll be fine. Just got to, it's a big thing, that left sector. If you see someone not having a good turn or not throwing well, straight away it's either left, or if you're a right-hander, left side of the cage or out the sector. So it's a big. I went through a big problem ages ago, back in my youth years, and finally in the last year we've actually been able to get on top of it. It's a bit of a pain, really frustrating too, because you could nail a throw, but just that touch across.
Yeah, and then it
changes your ball path, and it's gone. You're not going to get it back. So
And you did, speaking of uni games, you were pretty close to the hammer throw qualifier at
Yeah.
20 centimetres, was it?
I think no, I did it after the qualifying period finished.
Okay.
So I did 69, 69.50 or 69.10, and yeah, I think the uni games call was 70 flat, and then I went over to Germany a month after and went 70.52. So yeah, a bit frustrating.
Well, this year the periods opened a bit longer.
Yeah, so hopefully I get it together a little bit more, which is annoying because that was what I wanted to just get accomplished yesterday, was have that quali out of the way and done,
Yeah.
but just couldn't get it together. But that's all right. Like, we've got plenty of time, and I'm going to Geelong next week, and we've got nationals and
I've heard you talk
European
about the Circle of Geelong.
Yeah, it's quite nice. Julian threw his first Olympic qualifier there back in 2012. I think it was 65 and a half, which is nice.
That's all you need.
Yeah, I know. That's all.
You don't need 65.0.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully we can put it back together. Because, like I was saying, everything's looking fine. It's just a matter of, and any athlete will tell you this, sometimes you could do your perfect peak and then rock up and feel absolutely terrible.
Exactly.
And my coach and I always say the body's a mystery, because you could do everything perfect, but it might just not want to rock up on the day.
Yeah.
So, which is a frustrating part about the sport, because you could do all the hard work and your body just doesn't want to cooperate sometimes. So,
Emily Rotuno there in the circle. It's like just getting it over that 45 metres mark.
tell you what, Danny's going to throw far this year, I reckon. 64 last night and 66 back at New South Wales States.
Yeah, she doesn't mind throwing a big throw in Sydney too.
Yeah, I know. I think, she's due for a very, very far throw, because, when she threw a 67.99, you can just, like, even she said, like, she can just feel more there.
Yeah, and like you were saying with the hammer, it was like when she won world champs at 21, that was just out of this world. It shouldn't happen.
Mate, that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. That was insane. I still watch the video to this day. It's amazing how she did it, because like it was very consistent. Like, her years were building up, and she was always getting better, and it was just inevitable that she was going to do something massive. And then turns out she wins world champs at one of the youngest ages ever.
Yeah, and in an event where the age she was throwing against late 30s, like 38-year-olds.
Yeah, I think the world lead at the time was about 68 and a half.
Yeah.
And she was Danny was the one that turned it on the day, and that's one of the things that I always talk about, is you could have someone who's got the world lead all year, throw 68 all year, but could rock up, foul out, just not have a good day, and you just have to focus on your own thing and get good throws out there, because it's exactly what Danny did, and one of the youngest winners ever. So.
And you've only got you might be feeling good, but you've only got 3 throws in qualifying.
Yeah, we always talk about it. It's an amazing thing. Qualifying is no different to anything else, but it makes
it's just that pressure of that.
The mental game it plays on anyone is incredible.
And you get someone get out there, throw huge, and just get to go home straight away.
Exactly. It's very it's good when you do that. I've done that once in my life. Back at World Youth, back in the days in 2013. And first throw, and I was like, finally I get to go home. But the day before in Hammer, took me till 3rd round, where I was nearly pulling my hair out. So, experienced both ends.
And that's that pressure would just mount every...
Oh, yeah, it makes the difference between people. It really shows who's got the pressure, can deal with it, so... Tell you what, the officials don't enjoy too much trying to change the cage for the lefties, so it's funny to see, because luckily we only had, I think, 3 or 4 athletes in our hammer, and none of them were left-handers, so didn't take an extra hour to change the cage around. So,
And I'm sure you might find one day there'll be, if we see a few lefties, it'll be all the lefties in a row.
yeah,
I'm sure the officials will make that happen.
They swap it to the end.
Yeah.
They put all the lefties at the end so we can change the cage around from and make it simple.
Haven't seen any hammers get stuck in there yet, so obviously they're still moving very smoothly.
Yeah, it's a very different cage. It's quite close to the circle. Usually it's a couple of more metres out, so a little bit different. I'll just start going.
Not bad for Neighbour. Looks like just getting over that 55, maybe a 56, 57.
Yeah, well, Gab went to 2014 Commonwealth Games as well, and a few other championships as well.
There we go. Obviously, maybe just one lefty in the program.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, this is for the safety of the athletes. And the crowd.
Yeah, the left-handers would probably be the worst place. This would probably be the worst place to do it because that right side of the track is so close.
Yeah, and it's currently without a warm-up track in Canberra. That's the warm-up area.
Yeah, exactly. I was just saying the other night, last night, because the footy was on across the road, how great Com Games is going to be. Just hearing the crowd, like obviously today it's not as loud and as a bigger atmosphere, but hearing that over there, you think we'll give that 12 months.
Exactly.
And that's going to be Commonwealth Games. It's going to be incredible.
Kelsey was mentioning she was in here last night when she was out there for the jab. She had to actually block her ears at some points.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. Like they you can't think about it. There's so many people that's going to, and the difference is going to be that a lot of family members and all that sort of stuff are going to be coming and being able to look up and see everyone that's been able to support you. It's going to be a different feel compared to, say, when you're coming here and like there's not as many people around. It's just a completely different thing for every athlete. So.
Yeah, it'll be a new experience. I remember sitting in the stands in 2006, and that Raw actually followed the athletes around. It's just like a Mexican wave of cheering as it goes around.
Yeah.
So we've got down there as Alex Hulley spins that hammer, lets it go. Pretty good throw out there. Well over 60 again. There, but we've got Ben Offerins down circle side with a hammer throw update.
Yeah, that's right, Lynchy. I'm down here just checking the results with the official. We've got Marnie here doing a great job recording. Alexandra Hulley currently 63.27 is her best. 6183, so just short of her best so far. So that's like 63.27 is in the lead. But second, we've got Lara Nielsen, 59.28. So it's a close comp out here. We'll see if these girls can throw a few more big ones out there. First 3 attempts all done. 3 more to come. So we'll see how these ones go. These conditions, Matt Denny would be loving them. I reckon we're probably looking at about a 2.0 wind, a little bit different to his conditions last night. So I think he might be a little jealous of these women hammer throwers out here today.